Hi, I'm John. This is my show, An American Scheme is God. So, this is one of the typical loser slave morons that you find in the Michael Jackson community, right? He calls himself Unbreakable Magic. He's the official channel. It says official channel of. I wonder what he's of being a slave, stupid Michael Jackson fan, fucking loser. What a fucking idiot and shit, right? These people are so fucking stupid and shit, right? These people are like, this is how it is. It's like, okay, they go free the slaves, right? And they're like, come with us, you're free. You can leave the plantation. And all the idiots say, you're trying to trick me. You're trying to trick me. I'm not leaving. I'm not going nowhere. You're trying to trick me. And this is what I deal with. I'm like, come to these people saying, wake the fuck up, man. Come see what the fucking shit's really about. And they're like, you're trying to trick me. You're trying to give me some fucking knowledge and make me smarter. And then you're trying to trick me. Because these people have no brains. They were raised as slaves. The government fed them information that would control their fucking thought process. That's how it works. Every thought that you have was placed in your head by your fucking slave masters and shit. These people are 1,000 times smarter than any of you fucking slave morons are. They're so far beyond you and understanding of what society is, what the universe is. They're so far beyond you fucking idiots. And they just feed you fucking scraps and they feed you these stupid little lines and you fucking eat it all up. And you fucking follow in the path that they laid down for you. Like I said, these idiots do not have original thoughts. They only have the thoughts that have already been placed into their head. This is why I talk shit about like losers that, okay, when you're a kid, you can do anything. You're a stupid kid and shit, right? But if you're an adult and you're still playing video games, goddamn, you gotta be one stupid fucking slave moron and shit, right? If you're an adult and you watch like, I always call it, I guess it's WWE. I always call it WWF, right? But if you watch those wrestlers and shit, right? Damn, you're fucking stupid as fuck. Because it's not enjoyable. I can't enjoy the athletic dance, whatever they're doing and shit, right? I can't enjoy that as an adult because all I see is the fake propaganda stuff where they're feeding that crap to stupid kids. And now I can say as a kid, yeah, you can be entertained. It's entertaining as a kid. Like I said, kids can be entertained by anything. And I'm not going to blame a kid for being entertained by shit, right? Entertainment is part of society. I'm not against entertainment and shit, right? But when you're an adult and you still participate in that child's fucking entertainment, god damn, you're stupid. Because my adult mind cannot participate in that fucking pathetic child's entertainment because it's so stupid. A perfect example, too, would be like there's a show called Land of the Lost, you know? In the Land of the Lost, that show, right? Marshall, Will, and Holly on a routine expedition. That fucking show. When I was a kid, you know, like the Slee Stacks and shit, right? They were scary. They were scary. And the visuals of it and stuff was pretty impressive. Like when I was a kid, the visuals of Land of the Lost was really cool. It was really cool and shit, right? I thought it was really great and shit, right? Go watch that shit now as an adult. Oh my god. It's so fucking lame and shit, right? And so that's what I'm saying. I can't watch Land of the Lost. Like I can't go back and watch the old shows, right? And have the same enjoyment and pleasure of what I got out of it as a kid. I can't be entertained the same way I was as a kid. As I was a kid, those Slee Stacks, they were fucking scary and shit, right? You go watch them now, holy shit, it's the cheapest, lowest budget fucking junk fucking show. It's so bad. It's so bad. And so that's what I'm saying. These idiots that grow up and they're still playing the video games and stuff, right? Yeah, maybe the graphics have gotten better, but it's video games. Your stupid ass is sitting in the house doing nothing, playing with your stupid little video games. And so the part of the video game culture is they want these people to not accept that they want people to have a hard time accepting that they're slaves because they're losers, right? So in order for you to break that slavery chain, you have to understand that you were born as a slave. If you don't understand that you were born as a slave, then you will remain a slave your entire life. The only way to break it is for you to understand that you were born a slave, and then you start looking at what they were doing to you. You say, well, I was a slave. Well, what was I being subjected to, like in school? Through the entertainment field, you know, like home entertainment things, like with the video games. What were they trying to get me to do? Oh, they were trying to, and then you got to understand that The slave masters are creating that game to provide some other skill in you that you're completely unaware of. You think the game is there to provide entertainment for you. It's not. It's there to train you in certain things and aspects of society that they want you to be trained in. They're training you how to not be able to accept losing and how to not accept that you're a loser, because the whole video game thing is all about promoting that you're a winner, that you're smart, you can keep advancing, and you're good, and you're not. That's the whole system. So what they do is they've removed the ability for you to look at yourself and accept yourself as a loser and accept it as that's fine and that you make mistakes. And we're not here to be perfect. We're not here to conquer the fucking world and shit, right? But the video games remove all of that shit. Plus, then they get you constantly killing people and shit, right? Or driving like a madman or stealing cars and shit, right? So they desensitize you to these aspects of society, of these things that you should actually care about. You should not want to see fucking mass piles of humanity slaughtered by fucking guns. You should not want to fucking see that shit, right? But these people now, they laugh when they see it, because their brain has been fucking programmed in a way that now they're desensitized to the reality and the horrors of these situations. So when they see that stuff, they laugh because that's what they've been trained to do, right? So like the video games, and then like the wrestling stuff, goddamn. Like when you're a kid, okay, they're jumping around and all the stuff and shit. But when you're an adult and you see those adult men screaming while they're wearing their little fucking Speedo underwear and shit, right? Bunch of men all juiced up on fucking steroids, wearing Speedos and hugging on each other. It's like, dude, as an adult, when you go back and look at that, it's like, god damn, this is gay as fuck, man. This shit is as a child, yeah, you can be entertained by it. But as an adult man who thinks, when I look at that shit, all I see is homosexual. It's gay as fucking shit, right? So any adult who is entertained by video games, or if you're entertained by wrestling and shit, you got problems. You got mental fucking problems and shit. Shit you need to deal with and understand how you are accepting of this fucking entertainment as an adult when it's totally geared to mind control and mind fuck the stupid idiot loser kids and shit, right? So just talking about society and shit, right? And this is the problems what I have is these losers and the Michael Jackson fans. They're losers, right? So this loser here, he can't deal with any form of reality. So what he says is, cancel an American scheme. I'm the real loser. I'm the real loser because I tell you that the way the world actually is. So that makes me a loser because I'm trying to free you from your fucking slavery bondage that you've been raised in your whole fucking life. Like I said, your parents must not care about you because they didn't tell you that you were a damn slave, right? What'd they do? Tell you, go to school. Go learn how to be a good slave boy, right? Here. Put on your suit and tie, you fucking slave moron. You're a good slave, see? This is what the good slaves do. They put on a suit and tie, and they have a nice smile, and they act all nice and polite. Oh, like a good little slave, just like you were trained from a fucking baby and shit, right? So, this slave moron wants to fucking cancel me and shit, right? So, let me show you here. This slave moron, this was the video I had made talking all the shit, right? And then, here's his comment. So he put a comment on my page. Let me roll it up a little bit. Okay. So, this slave moron puts a comment on my page. And he says, laughing my ass off, you didn't even watch my full video. What do you mean I didn't watch your full video? Like, see what I'm saying? They're not concerned. It's all about them. Oh, you didn't even watch my full video. Oh, that's your comeback? Oh, that's your whole comeback? Okay, now why didn't I watch if I didn't watch your whole video, why? How do you know that I didn't watch your whole video? See how these people are stupid? There's no context to their fucking argument and shit, right? They're ridiculous, right? And he says, you didn't even post it on your first channel, okay? You didn't even post, yeah, that's because remember the video I just made got removed and shit? You stupid idiots like this, he's never had to deal with the reality of what YouTube is, and when you get into YouTube and you start talking the truth and you're out here fighting the good fight, YouTube is run by Satan and shit, so they attack me and shit, right? So they remove my videos and shit, and I'm being attacked, I get attacked by the Michael Jackson community, by these real demonic evil people like that MJ Innocent podcast, Tanya Moonwalker. She's a demon. She's demonic. Any you people that can't tell that that's a fucked up loser piece of shit human being, that is a demon. That's a demon. She's demonic. She's a total fucking loser. But you people can't tell that shit, right? So that idiot fucking reported my fucking shit. The fucking thing got taken down, and then I get a strike on my page for it, right? Because that's what YouTube has to do. Once in a while, they gotta slap me on the hand. And bad, Johnny. Bad. You bad. You bad, Johnny. You remember to following the rules of what we posted here and shit, or we're gonna slap you. Bad boy, right? Right, so my page got a strike, so I can't make a video for a week and shit, right? That's how it works and shit, right? No big deal. I got another page. I'll go just start making videos on that page and shit, right? It's ridiculous. Anytime you can just go make another page and shit, right? I don't give a fuck about any of their stupid rules and shit. It's ridiculous. See, but he tries to put me down because I didn't post this video on my other page. Well, I can't, you fucking loser, because I'm under attack from you fake Michael Jackson fans. You fucking slave moron demons and shit, right? So then he says, Michael slept on the floor, and I'm not a pedo. Look at, if that's your argument to defend Michael Jackson's actions of sleeping with children is for you to say that, oh, he slept on the floor, so that negates any of the argument that I put forth, right? Well, let me tell you, if that's your argument to defend Michael Jackson's, then you're defending pedophile actions, which then enables me then to label you as a pedophile. Because if you're defending pedophile behavior, then I'm going to label you as a pedophile. I'm not a pedophile or gay. Are you sure? You don't know you're a slave either, right? So maybe you don't know that you are a pedophile and that you are gay, right? Because if you're stupid enough to put this line here, Michael slept on the floor, then I'm not going to believe anything you say, right? So this is their whole argument. This is his whole thing. Michael slept on the floor. That's his whole piece of evidence. That's it. That's what he thinks. He can write that one line right there. Michael slept on the floor. 5 words. He thinks he can post 5 words and that counters real evidence. Right? So now let me show you. So I posted here one comment. There I am. I said, watch at 1:45. You're such a fraud, right? So I post a link. So here, let me click on that link. Okay, so I'm going to click on that link.
All the joys of life.
Now we're going to go here. We're going to go here to 105 like I told him. Just where I told him to go to. So I'll put a 103 just to make sure we get there, right? So here. Now, let's listen to what Michael Jackson says here, because they always try to tell me I don't have any evidence, and Michael slept on the floor. They're telling me I don't have evidence, right? It's like, okay, let's listen.
Bed, and I'm on the floor in the sleeping bag.
Did you ever sleep in the bed with them?
Okay, so right there, just let me play that juice so you can hear actually what Michael says, that he's sleeping on the floor and shit, right? Just because you know that he did say that, right? But now we'll listen to what he says after that.
Named Star, so him and Star took the bed. And I'm on the floor in the sleeping bag.
Okay, and I'm on the floor in the sleeping bag. It's like, yeah, Michael did say that, but that doesn't negate what comes next, because Michael overrides that. This is override. He overrides him saying that. He's saying that because it's propaganda. He's saying that because he knows that society wants him to say that. So he says that. And then after that, he starts saying, fuck it, I'm Michael Jackson. Fuck society. I do what I want. And he tells the truth because he does not like fucking lying. So he tells the truth then.
Do you ever sleep in the bed with them?
No. But I have slept in the bed with many children. I sleep in the bed with all of them. When Macaulay Culkin were little, Kieran Culkin would sleep on this side, Macaulay Culkin's on this side, his sister's in there. We're all just jamming the bed. Then we wake up like dawn and go in the hot air balloon. You know, we have the footage. I have all that footage.
I have all the footage. It's magical. Sleeping in the bed with piles of kids. Oh, that is the most beautiful thing in the world. So see, their argument is that Michael didn't sleep in the bed. He's talking about that one specific instant and shit, right? But then Michael instantly comes and tells you, no, I slept in the bed. I slept in the bed with all of them. So what's more important piece of information? Michael saying he didn't sleep in the bed the one time, or Michael coming back right after that and say, but I do sleep in the bed with the kids. I slept in the bed with all of them. All of them. And then he tells you how great it is. They woke up in the morning and they went in their hot air balloon and it's so great. Boy, what a great experience it was. What a magical experience it is to sleep in beds with children and shit, right? But now let's talk about more of this.
Is that right, Michael?
It's very right. It's very loving. That's what the world needs now. More love, the world
needs a man who's 44 sleeping in a bed with children.
No, you're making it all wrong.
Well, tell me, help me.
Because What's wrong with sharing love? You don't sleep with your kids or some other kid who needs love, who didn't have a good childhood?
No, I don't. I would never dream of sleeping.
I would.
I would never dream.
Because you've never been where I've been, mentally.
What do you think people would say if I said, well, I've invited some of my daughter's friends round or my son's friends round and they're going to sleep in the bed with me tonight?
That's fine.
What do you think their parents would say?
If they're wacky, they would say you can't. But if you're close family, like your family, you know them well,
But Michael, I wouldn't like my children to sleep in anybody else's bed.
Well, I wouldn't mind if I knew the person well, and if I'm very close to Barry Gibb, Paris and Prince can stay with him anytime. My children sleep with other people all the time.
And you're happy with that?
I'm fine with it. They're honest. They're sweet people. They're not Jack the Ripper.
I suppose the problem for many people is what happened in 1993, or what didn't happen.
What didn't happen?
Just cast your mind back. What was that like when you first heard the allegations that were being made against you?
It was shocking, and I'm not allowed to talk about this by way of law. So,
But how did you feel about what was being said? I'm not asking you to talk about what was said.
I was shocked because God knows in my heart how much I adore children.
But isn't that precisely the problem? That when you actually invite children into your bed, you never know what's going to happen.
But when you say bed, you're thinking sexual. They make that sexual. It's not sexual.
Okay, so I had to play up to get to that part there. When Michael's saying, when you're saying bed, you're thinking sexual. This is the thing. Now, Michael Jackson's a virgin. The reason Michael Jackson does not see any sexual behavior in his sleeping with children is because he's a virgin. Okay? If Michael Jackson ever would have put his cock into some fucking woman's pussy and actually smashed that fucking pussy, and had her moaning and loving and groaning, wanting more, give it to me, daddy, give it to me, daddy, right? If Michael Jackson ever would have had that experience, then he instantly would know why you don't sleep in beds with kids. So right here, what Michael Jackson is proving is that the only possible way for him to even conceptualize this kind of fucking words coming out of his mouth, there's only two explanations. Either he is a pedophile or he's a virgin. Because the only kind of person that's justified in making these accusations and these statements of what he's saying would be either he's a pedophile and he's getting off on it because he is a pedophile, or he's a virgin and he's never had any sexual experiences, so he does not have sexual thoughts in his head. He's not thinking whatsoever sexually because he is a virgin. How does this guy, raised in the Jackson family with all these older brothers, and they're on the road through all of his teen years in hotels and stuff, right? Millions of groupies just begging to fucking throw their fucking pussies at him and shit, right? How is it possible that this guy doesn't have sex? And then he's got to deal with all the peer pressure of his brothers, because that's the other big part of it that I'm trying to stress. The peer pressure from his brothers and then him being a celebrity, it's not possible. It's not possible that Michael Jackson, being a Jackson, could have went through that fucking experience and not have fucked some fucking whore. Because the whores are fucking everywhere out there. They want to get fucked. They're fucking whores. That's the first thing you do. You start fucking chicks, you instantly realize, oh, goddamn, why do you think, like, NWA, they call all women bitches and hoes? Because they're all bitches and fucking whores. It's instantly, as soon as you start fucking bitches, you instantly realize, oh, they're all fucking whores. They're just looking for their next baby daddy and shit, right? They're just looking for somebody to fucking take care of them and shit, or just looking for them to get fucked and shit, right? Maybe that's their addiction. They just want to get fucked. But they're all fucking whores. They're dumb, stupid fucking whores and shit, right? You got some like stupid woman like that Tanya Moonwalker. I'm sure she's fat and ugly and disgusting, right? So she never got the opportunity to be a fucking dirty whore that men were fucking banging because she's all fat and ugly and disgusting and nobody wants to fuck her and shit, right? So she'll sit there and say, I'm not a whore. I was never a whore because no man wanted to fuck you. You never even had the opportunity to be a fucking whore and shit, right? That's why the words will start coming out of your mouth that you're not a whore and shit, right? Because you never had the opportunity. Because I damn well sure guarantee she's a damn whore just like every other fucking woman out there that's a fucking whore. They're all fucking whores. Bitches and fucking hoes. That's what they are. Michael Jackson didn't want to participate in that world with bitches and hoes. Because he's a child of a dirty fucking whore. His mom, Diana Ross, who's getting fucking pregnant at 13 years old by a fucking 18-year-old Smokey Robinson. She didn't want to fucking raise her child. She looked at it and said, okay, well, what are my options? The same thing they talk about in the world with these people right now. They say, you have options. Go get an abortion. Can you believe that anybody actually supports abortion? You should say, oh, you got pregnant? Okay, look it. We're going to fight as hard as we can to fucking take care of your child, to make sure you have the right tools needed to be a young mother and to be a parent, and you're going to understand we're going to help you through that hard time so that you can get to that point where you realize the beauty and the creation of having that child and being a mother and shit, right? That's what anybody who's a decent human being, that's what we would support. And we would say in these very rare circumstances, abortion is legal because of very rare circumstances where these other things, you know? And we'd say for those situations, yeah, we'll let abortion happen and stuff, right? But we don't support abortion. There's nobody that ever should support abortion. So that's what I'm saying, that the world is run by Satan. These women are all fucking stupid bitches and hoes, right? The men are all stupid fucking slaves, total fucking losers. And all you got to do is, like, one of the symbols to prove that is go out and look. There's all kinds of people that actually support abortion. They support abortion. Where nobody in the world should support abortion unless you're a Satan worshiper, right? Why are these people actually supporting abortions? Are they actually eating the babies, the fetus babies? I actually think is like one of the things they talk about these people being, what are these lizard people? The reptilians, right? They have this, there's this thing about these people that there's another race of human beings. They say one of the things is like when the Anunnaki came down, they say the Anunnaki are the aliens, and they came to Earth and created a slave. They needed slaves to mine the gold for them and shit, right? They were coming here to get gold, so they needed slaves to mine the gold, so they manipulated the apes and turned them into human beings. They mixed their DNA with the ape DNA, and they created the human being to turn him into a slave and shit, right? They say this is how the creation of humans started on the planet and shit, right? But what they say is they didn't only create the mixture of the ape, they also created a mixture with reptiles. This other group of fucking thing that was taking place on this planet is these reptiles, and they say that there's an existing group or race of people on our planet right now that are reptilian, that they've got reptilian DNA. They're not linked to the apes, that they're linked to the reptiles and shit. They call them reptiles. Now, think about a reptile. Do you think that a food supply that might, because remember, like, human beings, we eat caviar. That's eggs from, like, a whale, a caviar, the whale, what's the beluga whale? They have the beluga whale, and so it lays eggs, and then that's what caviar, you go collect his eggs, and we eat the eggs, okay? And that's us. That's human beings. We're the monkey people. So us as monkey people, I've never eaten caviar, but I know that people find it to be an extremely delicious delicacy and shit, right? There's a whole bunch of people that eat that shit, right? So let's take it into the context that maybe there are reptilian people here, and maybe those people, as a delicacy, maybe they like to eat the human fetus of an aborted baby. Maybe that there's a food supply, there's a food chain that's actually feeding these reptilian people, and they're eating this food supply. That's why they fight so much to get people to abort the baby, because that's some kind of delicacy food supply, and without the people aborting their babies, then these reptilian people don't ever get to enjoy their fine delicacy of having, like, the caviar, but they're eating, like, human fetuses and shit, right? Because who would actually support abortion? This is the kind of stuff you got to start asking in the world. Who are these people that are doing this? Why are they fucking doing it? How is it possible that you could actually have a society promoting abortion? That is the fucking most evil, demonic thing, to get women to fucking murder their children. They promote that fucking shit. When if you cared about people, you would say, no, let us help you through this hard time here, and we're going to get you through. You're going to be a good mother, and you're going to see that it's going to benefit you later, that you're going to see the wonders and joys of having your child. That's how you would talk about it. But no, they all run around, abortion, get an abortion, like they need it for some kind of food supply and shit, right? What's actually going on, right? And if you don't ask the questions, you're never going to fucking have an understanding of fucking what's really going on and shit, right? And that's what I'm saying. If you don't ask the questions, you're never going to have an understanding of what's going on. So when this loser because I ask questions. What does he demand? He demands that I be canceled. And he calls me a loser because I ask fucking real fucking questions, right? These are the slave fucking morons I gotta deal with. The fucking Michael Jackson is just littered with all these fucking losers. They are trash fucking morons and shit, right? Alright, that's enough for now. My fucking ranting and shit. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.